Guess the lines, week 3. Did you beat me last week too?
We tied.
You did.
We tied.
10-10.
10-10. Yeah.
I'm going to beat you.
So I'm up 1-0-1.
By the way, should mention, here are the 2-0 teams. Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Chargers, KC, Houston, Minnesota, New Orleans, Tampa, Seattle. So we got 8 plus Philly tomorrow, potentially.
Yeah.
Right?
And which one do we say we would bet against to make the playoffs? The Saints?
I'd really need to look at that this week. Because one of these teams would be like, oh, remember when the Saints started out 2-0 and then they finished 6-11 and Dennis Allen got fired? I'm still not.
I know, but we kind of have to do it now, right?
Yeah. Week 3, the Jets are home. They're playing the Patriots of New England. This is, by the way, I think our only night game this year. How the mighty have fallen.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. This is it.
Enjoy it.
I have the Jets by 5.5.
You should try to pick this exactly because I sure as hell did.
5.5?
6.5.
You picked it exactly?
I did. Yeah. The rest,
It's a whiff
fair.
high. Yeah, that's a whiff high.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, the Jets, last week they got killed by the Niners, who then just lost to the Vikings. Mm-hmm. This week they barely beat the Titans, even though Will Levis, we were joking earlier that it seemed like if a quarterback did have drinks before a game, this is what it would look like. So I don't know why they'd suddenly be almost 7 points against the Pats, who beat the Bengals and then almost beat the Seahawks. I guess
first home game, right? I guess the place will be pretty pumped for Aaron Rodgers.
Will it
make it to the distance?
Have you been to a Jets game? Is it a place that gets really pumped? I would say it goes the other way.
Yeah,
it gets more surly.
That's what I mean by pump. That's how we say in New York, pumped. But this is going to be interesting for him. He's going to have his family there. Oh no, wait, his family doesn't talk to him. No, it's going to be a good game. I think you could upset him.
Kyle was so happy today that I was rooting for the Pats. Even though I have like five futures against them.
This has come to.
Sunday's marquee game.
Yeah.
It's really probably the Eagles and the Saints if it's 2-0 teams, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go Cowboys-Ravens because if the Cowboys coming off just getting lambasted by the Saints at home.
Yeah. I wish Baltimore had won.
And you have the 0-2 Ravens somehow playing a must-win game in week 3.
Yeah.
Right? This is, I think, got to think at least for the division, 0-3, pretty hard to bounce back and win. I put this line low, even though it's in Dallas. I have Dallas by 1.5.
Oh, you got it exactly. I said 2. Thought we'd get the nudge there. Yeah, you don't want to say must win, right?
I think it is.
But, 3 losses would be something.
Because we did this earlier, but the next 2 games after this are hard for them. They're home for Buffalo and at Cincy. Mm-hmm. They basically have to go 2-1, right?
2-1 out of those 3. Yeah.
The problem for them is even when they have a lead, I feel like the other team can throw the ball on them and come back, which makes it an unusual Baltimore team.
Derrick Henry used to be the greatest clock killer of all time. What happened?
He still looks good.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Watchables. So it's a pretty good week next week. I got to say, I thought I had 4 watchables and I had 3 fairly watchables.
They relieved us. And I know I complain about it, and you and I and like maybe 3 others only care. But when they had 10 games early on and 6 came down to the wire, and I was like, screw these guys. Like, I can't. Scott Hansen had an aneurysm. Like, just give us 8-5 or 8-4. Stop it already. And then you got 3 games in the afternoon. 2 aren't competitive within like 8 minutes. Enough. Spread it out.
Yeah, there was one stretch in the early games where it felt like in 5 games at the same time, there were just like pivotal 2-minute stretches and they were all overlapping with each other. And you're just like, wait, what? How do I? Yeah, watchables. 10. So I don't think this is going to be an aesthetically pleasing game. but I can't wait to watch it. Steelers, Chargers in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
2-2-0 teams, two similar teams. Trying not to do too much on offense. On defense, trying to win games, not make mistakes. Team that obviously like built around their coach's personality. There's nobody believes in us on both sides. Two teams that I backed before the year as playoff teams. And I'm interested to see what happens in this. I think the Chargers might have a slightly higher upside than the Steelers because of the quarterback. Because the Pittsburgh quarterback, we still haven't really seen him have to make a play yet when it actually matters. They've always had the lead. I have Steelers -3.
All right. I pussed out on this. I thought about it for a long time, and I'm like, I don't know who's going to be favored. So I gave it the 9-9 round. You can't respect me as a judge. I made it a pick 'em. And you're right. It's a long way of saying you're right. It's one. Oh, no, we're both right. It's 1.5.
Oh,
right? We're both right? Yes.
Yeah. Wow, you did a pick 'em? What the fuck's wrong with you?
I shouldn't do that,
had
right?
pick-ems.
I know.
Well, they never happen. The Cardinals Rams game today was a pick 'em. Heading into kickoff, which I was like, never seems to happen.
I'm trying to beat you. I'm not beating the Vegas. I know I can't do that.
Well, so in the old days, -3 meant it was -3 for the home field advantage. That has now dropped over the years to now -1.5 is the home field advantage. So they're basically saying those teams are exactly even. Next watchables, Texans Vikings in Houston. Although the Texans were not watchable today. Hopefully this game won't take 4 hours. I'm sorry. This is in Minnesota, not in Houston. My bad. So I have Houston favored. I had it as a 2.5 before the game tonight, and I think I'm just going to keep it there. I have Houston by 2.5 in Minnesota.
Nah, move it lower. Move it lower. I had 2, and it's 3.5. You get it.
3.5.
Maybe the Sam Darnold duping hasn't hit FanDuel yet.
Well, if Jefferson doesn't play, Texans are probably a good.
I think he said he doesn't think he's going to miss time. Can we? I want to throw the NFL a bone. They still don't know how to schedule games, but the fact that they came out with the AJ Brown news before kickoff today means that they're sort of looking out for fantasy owners. Because that McCaffrey thing was so bad last week, and it came down like an hour before the game when nobody can make moves. But they didn't have to say if A.J. Brown was playing Monday night, Sunday at 12:40, and they did. Good job by you.
Do you think the NFL should run commercials congratulating themselves? The NFL, we finally care about our fans.
It's the players we don't care about.
The NFL, caring about our fans since 1 week ago. Yeah, that is a good point. They definitely did that for fantasy because if you started AJ Brown, it's just an out and out catastrophe. Yeah. Next one, Eagles at the Saints.
There you
this
go.
Is arguably the best game of the week if the Saints are good. I have the Eagles favored in this game, Sal. I'm going to say Eagles by 2.5.
I think you're going to beat me this week. You got it exactly. I thought it would be 1. I guess I did like the Saints more than
week 3 is. I usually have good week 3s.
You're up 4-2.
Everyone in New Orleans hated Carr. I wonder if they flipped on that now because the Saints are fun. Like coming back, the 2 big wins. I wonder if they'll have an awesome crowd for this game. Awesome old school Saints crowd. Yeah. This feels like a gambling stay away.
They were home against Carolina, right? Yeah, this is their second home game.
Yeah.
This could be a good one.
Last one, Lions Cardinals. This is also in Arizona. This is a game that could have been like Lions -6 in the look-ahead line, but now heading into week 3, I don't see how it's higher than 3.5. So I'm going to say Lions 3.5.
You get this one too. I said 2. That's how much I like Arizona. It's 3.
Yeah.
They're going to make you bet it off the 3.
I think people are still going to look at Arizona if they didn't see the games and say they're 1-1, and the only reason they beat the Rams is because all the guys in the Rams got hurt. But Arizona has a good offense. And I regret not taking the $1 million picks this week.
Can your guy Hutch contain little Kyler Murray? Can he get him?
Yeah, I want him to. Can he clinch the sack? Let's clinch the sack record in September. Fairly watchables. Colts Bears. Not quite bad enough to be a poop fecta game, but I definitely don't want to watch this. It's in Indianapolis. Colts by 2.5.
Oh, come on. I don't I hope people seeing this on YouTube, how you're, sauntering into the screen. Yeah, it's 2.5. What are you looking at?
Well, I thought about changing my mind to 3, but I kept it where it was.
I said 2. 2.5. 2.5 it is.
I don't think I would put money on the Colts again anytime soon.
No. So you're calling this a stay away, right? Because you can't go Bears.
I really like Steichen. I thought he did some weird shit today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, first of all, he's in charge of the other coaches, right? So you could take Gus Bradley and be like, yo, what if we just move all our guys up and make Malik Willis try to throw deep? But I thought there was some game management stuff that I just didn't agree with. Seahawks in Seattle playing the Dolphins, which I assume no Tua for that game, correct? I thought that's going to reflect the Lions.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to clear him right now 1 week later, right? I'm
going to say Seahawks by 5.
All right. You edged me out again. I said 4.5. It's 6.5.
Oof.
Pretty high. I'm just I just can't guess more. I see, this should be 5 in the old days, but nobody wins by 5 anymore. So they'll make it 4, right?
Well, 5 becomes the appetizer, and then it eventually lands at 6 or 4.
Right.
Or 4.5.
Do we have to change the Vegas zone?
To what?
Like 3.5 to 4.5 or something?
No, it's 4.5, 5, 5.5, because those are spreads that never happen.
Right. I'm just thinking the way they now, we don't see a lot of 9, 11-point lines. Everything seems to be smaller now. Yeah.
One Seahawks now, that guy Murphy is really good for them.
Yeah, Byron Murphy.
That rookie nose tackle. He was wreaking havoc in the game today. That was a really nice pick. 49ers at the Rams is the last one. And it's a borderline poop fecta if Cup doesn't play, because I don't know who's going to be catching balls for the Rams, but I have the 49ers by 3.5.
Get me again. I had 3. It's 7. Let me check this.
So they're saying Cup's not playing then?
They're saying nobody's playing. Yeah, it's 7.
I mean, shit, at that point, don't play Stafford.
Right.
Right? Just give him the week off. Just punt on the game. Man, that's going to be a grim Rams game. You're going to have 40,000 Niners fans there. Mm-hmm. All the Rams who have tickets aren't going to want to go. Yikes.
You love it. You love that teaser game. You love it.
I do. I'm probably going to tease that one. It was one of those Purdy games that make you go, huh.
Mm-hmm.
This is what the Purdy critics have been talking about. Okay. Poop fecta. Bucks home for the Broncos. Wow, the Bucks could be 3-0.
Yep.
I have the Bucks by 6.5.
Well, what do you know? You got it exactly right again. I said 7.
I'm on fire. I'm glad we're catching this on YouTube. We should do a headline like "Guy catches fire picking games," something like that.
Yeah, you're on fire. Like I'm trying to think of a world-renowned cheater who would be on fire, but I can't. It just escapes me right now.
This is always what happens. You always accuse me in week 3 of cheating.
Bill Belichick's on fire. Put those cameras away.
Packers at the Titans. The Malik Willis revenge game. Malik Willis back to make the Titans pay. It's like Kill Bill 3. I don't see how the Titans can ever be favored against anyone. And I'm going to just say Packers by 1.
Oh, I'm going to get one? I'm going to get one. I said Tennessee by 1. Tennessee is favored by 2.5. So go ahead and put Malik on a teaser, getting 8.5. Go get it.
It would be funny if they asked the coach of the Titans, like during the week, what's the guy's name? Brian Callahan?
Yeah.
From Callahan Auto Parts. Does it help you having had Malik here for the last couple years to prepare for this game? And normally the coach is like, well, he's a competitor. But if he was just like, Yeah, I mean, he's terrible. We watched it day after day after day. The guy can't make a throw. I can't wait to stack the line. We're just going to destroy him.
I have what the fuck are you doings have to be close by now between Levis and Malik. Coach, can we see your what the fuck are you doing rating system? Like, well, I have 11 for Will this year and
Coach,
at 7 for Malik, even though
Coach,
he never
who
played.
made you put your face in your hands more often the last 2 years? Browns home for the Giants. Browns could be 2-1. I mean, that was one of your things with them, right? You like their schedule.
Yeah. I didn't mind them, especially here.
I'm going to say Browns by 6.5.
You're such a dirtbag, man. You got it exactly. I don't even know why I care anymore. It's out of reach. 6.5 is the number. I said 5.
Yeah. Sometimes true greatness can happen, even on a YouTube live stream.
Is this going to be, well, I don't even think it would be an overreaction, but whichever quarterback comes up short here, that could be it.
I thought you were going to say whoever goes up 3-0, the game is over.
Oh, well, that too. Yeah. But if
the Giants can just go up 3-0, it's done.
If they're 0-3 with dimes, and Cleveland can make them look bad, but if they're 0-3, and if Watson doesn't show up here, there's going to be a suspicious investigation by midweek.
Cleveland's pass rush was very good today, but that's not why Jacksonville sucked. They suck because they suck. Raiders home for the Panthers. So I thought about this. I don't know how the Panthers are getting less than 7 points against anyone in the league that's not the Giants at this point. Because I was trying to think, like, if they play Washington, I just don't see, especially on the road. So I have Raiders by 7.
You're going to set a record for how many you got exactly. That's exactly
right. Did I hit that
right.
one?
Yeah. Let me count how many you have because you won the week. But 1, 2.
I'm doing like the Michael Jordan
3,
shrug at Magic.
4, 5.
Marv Albert. Hey.
5 exact picks. 6 exact picks. It's crazy
when these powers.
What could happen when you're staring right at the FanDuel homepage? It's amazing, the results.
Sunday night, Chiefs Falcons. Somehow we get the Falcons again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess Chiefs by 3.5. My guess is if the Falcons suck tomorrow. This game's in Atlanta, by the way. If the Falcons suck tomorrow, this goes up. But 3.5 seemed fair. What'd you have?
This is Vegas zone. I had it at 4. It's 4.5. But yeah, I mean, really, we have to see if Kirk Cousins can move. I mean, Joe House made a compelling case about breaking down his various different types of passes with Kirk Cousins last week. So,
well, they had all these stats about how he used to run play action and like just all the different ways that they basically made sure he didn't move.
Yep. Play action was a big one.
Not great. Well, Monday night is a don't get divorced night. For some reason, there's 2 games. I don't know why they decide to do this. I think I like it for the most part. Bills Jaguars is the first game. That's in Buffalo. I'm going to not allow myself to bet on this game, but I have the Bills by 4.5.
I had it too, and it's 5.5. I had 4.5 also. Isn't the second one, the later one, supposed to be the better one, or no? There's one's at 7:30, one's at 8:15 kickoff. Jacksonville, Buffalo's 7:30. Washington, Cincinnati,
I would argue they would
8:15.
think before the year they probably thought both of these games were good because the other one's Cincinnati, Washington with Jaden Daniels against Burrow, LSU against LSU.
Right. You know, if you had just toughed it out at ESPN, you would be calling one of these games. Whichever the lesser. Yeah, if you just had toughed it out for like 9 more years. Yeah. What's wrong with you?
I would have loved that. I would have loved calling the NBA.
So short-sighted.
Bengals minus 5.5 was my last one.
That's what I got too.
Against Washington.
7.5.
Oof.
They kind of have to win that game. They kind of have to win it.
That feels like the Houston game today that it's just going to be in everybody's I got to make my money back tease.
Yeah.
That was why I stayed away from Houston tonight because I was like, this is this seems too fishy. And
you almost
as
got
it turned out, they almost didn't get it anyway. All right, so I won week 3.
Oh yeah, you crushed me. Yeah, Cincinnati. I had Washington as my best bet. Probably as lucky as I can get on that because Giants kicker doesn't go out. They win by default, right? So
yeah,
but I'm going to take back all my Jaden Daniels praise for now. Maybe it can be good, but I mean, he looks like Michael Jackson, the Billie Jean. I didn't realize how thin he is, like just running around back there.
Really skinny.
Yeah,
like crazy, stupid skinny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. After watching him take some of these hits, he's somebody that doesn't seem like he's built for a 17-game season playing the way he's playing. That one hit he took, it looked like he was going to be done for 4 months.
Yeah,
and then
it sucks that we're forced to watch football differently now, but you have to care about these guys. You just do.
Well, meanwhile, Josh Allen's like LeBron. Like, I don't even know what scenario he would even get hurt. You know, we always said the joke about LeBron his leg would come off and he would just pick it up and go get it and put it back on. Mm-hmm. I don't see a lot of Josh Allen like, oh man, what a hit. He's always doling out the hit.
Yep. There you go, Bills fans. Simmons jinxed you. If Josh Allen comes up next week.
I like the Bills
Monday
fans.
night.
Bills fans are cool. They did a good thing with Tua this week.